Picture this. It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night. The house is quiet. Everyone else is asleep. You're sitting at the kitchen table with your laptop open, staring at your retirement account balance, and the number staring back at you doesn't match the life you had planned for yourself. You're not broke. You're not in crisis, but the gap between where you are and where you thought you'd be by now is real, and it's sitting right there on the screen, and nobody warned you this was coming. If that moment sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because here's the thing nobody in the finance world will say directly to someone in their 40s or 50s. You are not too late, not even close. And the math I'm going to show you in the next few minutes is going to completely change the way you see the time you have left. The reason most people in their 40s and 50s feel behind isn't laziness. It wasn't a bad decision or two either. It's that the 20s and 30s are expensive in ways nobody prepares you for. The house, the kids, the car payments, the decade where every dollar had somewhere urgent to go before it could go somewhere smart. That's not failure. That's just life at full speed. But here's what changes in your 40s and 50s that nobody talks about. You are likely at or near the highest earning point of your entire career. The kids are getting older and cheaper. The mortgage has been chipped away at for a decade. And for the first time, there is real room to redirect money towards something that builds instead of something that just disappears. And dividends are the single best way to use that room. Here's why. When you invest in dividend-paying stocks or funds, you are buying something that pays you back on a schedule. Every quarter, like clockwork, a payment lands in your account just for owning it. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to time the market. You just own it, and it pays you. Now, here's the part that makes this specifically powerful for someone starting in their 40s or 50s. When that quarterly payment lands, instead of taking it as cash, you put it straight back into buying more shares of the same fund. Those new shares pay their own dividends next quarter, which buys more shares, which pays more dividends. The payments keep getting bigger every single quarter automatically, without you doing anything except leaving it alone. That cycle, dividends buying shares, shares paying dividends, and dividends buying more shares, is the engine that makes this work. And unlike a savings account that just sits there, this engine gets faster every single quarter you leave it running. A 45-year-old who puts $500 a month into a dividend fund with a 6% yield and reinvests every payment ends up with a portfolio worth around $415,000 at 65. At that same 6% yield, that portfolio pays out roughly $1,200 a month in dividends every month without selling a single share, without timing anything, just from owning the right thing and leaving it alone for 20 years. Push that monthly amount to $800, and the same 20-year run builds to around $660,000, paying out nearly $2,000 a month. Now, here's the number that actually matters most, and it's not the portfolio size. By the time most people in their 40s and 50s reach 65, the mortgage is paid off, the kids are out of the house, the car payments are gone. The monthly number you actually need to cover your real life is significantly smaller than the paycheck you're chasing right now. And when dividends cover that smaller number, you are done. Not someday done, actually done. That's the target. Not replacing your entire salary, replacing your actual expenses. And for a lot of people watching this right now, that target is closer than they think. So let's talk about exactly how to build this, because the mechanics are simpler than most financial content makes them sound. The first thing to understand is what you're actually buying. For most people starting in their 40s or 50s, a dividend ETF is the right starting point. A dividend ETF is a single fund that owns dozens or hundreds of dividend-paying companies all at once. One purchase, automatic diversification, consistent quarterly income, and no need to research individual companies or watch earnings reports every quarter. There are two types worth understanding. The first type focuses on dividend growth, companies with long track records of raising their dividend payments every single year. These funds might yield 3 to 4% today, but the payments go up consistently every year. Over 10 or 15 years, the income stream from these funds grows substantially without you doing anything. The second type focuses on higher current income, funds that pay out 6, 7, or even 8% today. These generate more cash right now, but tend to grow slowly over time. They get you to your income target faster.
The smart move for someone in their 40s or 50s is owning both. Growth funds build your long-term income stream in the background. Higher yield funds are accelerating your cash flow today. One purchase in each category, and you have a portfolio that works in year 3 and year 15. And here's the part of this that most people in their 40s walk right past without realizing what they're leaving on the table. You are in peak earning years right now. The IRS knows it. That's exactly why the 401k catch-up contribution exists. If you are 50 or older, the IRS lets you put an extra $7,500 on top of the standard $23,500 limit in 2026. That's $31,000 a year in tax-advantaged space available specifically to people in your decade. Most people in their 50s never use it. The ones who do are the ones who retire on their own timeline. Webull lets you set up automatic dividend reinvestment, so every quarterly payment goes straight back into the fund without you logging in or making a decision. The money just keeps compounding. The link is in the description.
Now, let me show you something that most people in their 40s and 50s never actually sit down and run. 3 real scenarios based on where you might be starting right now, because the math looks different depending on what you're working with, and I want you to see yourself in one of these numbers. If you're starting with $50,000 and adding $500 a month, reinvesting every dividend, after 10 years, you're looking at a portfolio of around $180,000, paying out roughly $900 a month in dividends. That's not full retirement, but it's a mortgage payment, a car payment, and a grocery budget covered every month without touching the principal. That changes what your job needs to pay for. If you're starting with $150,000 and adding $1,000 a month using the same approach for 10 years, you're looking at a portfolio around $470,000, paying out over $2,300 a month. Combined with Social Security, for a lot of people, that's the whole picture. If you're starting with $300,000 and adding $1,500 a month for 10 years, the portfolio lands somewhere around $870,000, paying out $4,300 a month. For most people, that is retirement, full stop. Here's what all 3 of those scenarios have in common. The math works. Not because I picked unrealistic numbers. A 6% blended yield is achievable with the asset mix we just covered. 7% annual portfolio growth is conservative by historical standards, and every contribution amount I used is realistic for a working adult in their 40s or 50s who redirects 1 or 2 expenses that were never building anything anyway. Here's what the 2 versions of your 65 actually look like. Version 1, you started putting $600 a month into a dividend fund at 47 and never stopped. You reinvested every payment. The mortgage got paid off, the kids left. By 65, your portfolio is paying out $1,800 a month in dividends. Social Security covers another $1,600. Your actual monthly expenses are $2,900. You stop working on a Wednesday in September because the numbers say you can, not because your body or your boss made the decision for you. Version 2, you meant to start, but it never felt like the right time. You hit 65 with a savings account and a Social Security check, and every large expense chips away at the principal a little more each year. The account gets smaller, the math gets tighter. The retirement you pictured looks different from the one you're actually living. The difference between those 2 versions is not a windfall. It is not luck. It is $600 a month starting today, pointed at the right thing, left alone long enough to matter. You sat at that kitchen table and looked at the number and felt behind. That feeling is the starting point, not the ending point. The people who retire well are not the ones who started earliest. They're the ones who started when they realized they needed to and never stopped. That moment at the kitchen table, that's the moment. This is where it starts. Drop a comment with your age and where you're at right now, just getting started, already investing, or somewhere in the middle. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.